first thing I need is some tinder. I got some birch bark. This is good stuff. Very good stuff. Okay, and notice I'm not using my knife. All I'm doing is taking all the loose stuff that would fall off anyways. So I'm not damaging the tree in any way. Should be enough. So I've cleaned off a small area here that I'm going to make my fire. I'm going to make sure there's nothing underneath that's of concern. Looks like we're good. The soil is very, very damp. One of the things that comes to mind right now, and I have a perfect example, is how you use your energy. Okay, I have a saw, I have a knife, I can cut a tree down and all that, but that's going to take a lot of energy. So here instead what I'm going to do is use what I have available to me, which if you look right here, okay, I found a standing dead wood. Actually this is a treetop that was just leaning up against another tree. So I hauled this all the way over here. I'm going to break all these little branches off, okay, and add them to my pile of small sticks. And then what I'm going to do is, instead of sawing through this and expending all that energy, all I'm going to do is jam it in between those two trees and break pieces off. It's a lot better use of my energy, okay? So I'm not in a survival situation, but I'm just going through the motions, okay? And this is one of the things that I would be doing in a survival situation. I didn't realize the camera wasn't recording, so basically what I've done is I've broken some big chunks of wood off that treetop I showed you, okay? And what I'm going to use the rest of it for is to make myself a seat. Check it out. So all I did is clean the bark off, cut the big knobbies off. I don't have any stubs or anything sticking in my rear. There, I'm ready to get my fire going. First thing I need to do is make a good bed of these dry pieces of wood to keep my fire up off the ground. It's going to make things a lot easier. Fire is a very, very critical skill to master if you're going to spend any amount of time in the wilderness. It's not difficult, you just need to remember all the steps. So what I've done so far is put a base of wood to keep my tinder, which is this birch bark, up off the wet ground. Okay. Once the fire is going, it'll tend to dry out the ground and keep itself going. But to start it off, you want to maximize your chances. Now right here, I have ready all these little twigs, okay? They're just small stuff, and this type of wood here, okay, which is this old spruce. It's got old man's beard on here, okay? It's got some resin from the tree sap. So these are good sticks to start off with. And in the back here, okay, it's just off camera. There's my pile of wood, the big pile. So today I'm going to use what I have, which is my fire steel and magnesium. I don't think I'm going to need to use the magnesium, but if I need it, it's there. Oops. It's come untied. Anyways. Just like that. Then you just use small sticks to slowly build it up. You want to make sure you don't overdo it because you don't want to smother it either. But you want enough wood so that there's something to fuel it. My preferred method is to build a small teepee like that. There. That should be enough to get it going. The goal is to get to the stage where the fire has some coals. Once you're at that stage, you can start putting bigger and bigger pieces, and it'll eventually be self-sustaining. Notice the sticks that I'm putting on are getting bigger and bigger. Giving off plenty of heat. Make sure you don't make it too big, because a big fire gives a lot of heat, but it takes a lot of fuel to keep it going. So if you can keep it small and hot, you're better off. Better use of resources. There's a lot of dead wood around here, okay, so there's no shortage of fuel, but even though if that's the case, I don't want to make it big anyways, because I have to expend energy to gather all that wood. Something I like to do with this form of a fire is, as the sticks burn, okay, you'll be left with stubs like this. I turn them over, put them back in the fire, so you're not left with burnt sticks at the end. You get full combustion. I've been gathering some stuff to make myself a pot hanger. The fire's died down a little bit in the process. See, this is why I like putting sticks in like this, because I can do this. Like that. So this should recover easily. There's plenty of heat still. But I don't want to overspend my wood supply either. So I'm going to go ahead and finish my pot hanger. I've been using my Becker for most of my chores here. And I have to say I'm pleased with it. Notice I took my jacket off, because as I was working I was generating some heat and starting to sweat, so I decided to take a layer off. I'm just going to use my multi-tool to do the next step, which is use the wood blade to make myself a series of notches so that I can hang this up like this.